on to you. How y'all doing? You actually have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and then you have the Queen of Wands. So, a lot of you actually have very strong standards and boundaries that you're not going to go past. And a lot of you, I'm just seeing how a lot of people have tried to see if the standards and the boundaries that you actually have kept up. A lot of people have tried to step over those boundaries, tried to get you to make exceptions on those boundaries, especially now, especially around this time. You're doing better. You're doing good. You're doing well for yourself. You're doing much better compared to how you used to be. I'm not saying that you wasn't doing good. I'm just saying that you're doing much better compared to how you used to be. Anyway, you have people who coming around you because they're looking for money. And a lot of you are not going for it because a lot of you have the perspective of if they not going to be able to do that. They really got to hang around you for the love of it, and any you got to understand, anytime a person tell you love ain't enough and they start talking finances or something materialistic, that's a person that you shouldn't take seriously, because that's a person that you shouldn't take seriously. Because the reason why, show and prove why they shouldn't be taken seriously, is because why do you pay the bills of the house that or the home that you may live in with your significant other living there? You do it because you love them. You don't do it because it's something that you want to do, right? Who wants to spend money when they can keep it? You understand what I'm saying? Unless they're doing it for charitable purposes where they want to and out of the goodness of their heart, right? And they're like, okay, fine. They're not necessarily getting anything particularly out of it per se. They really do it because they enjoy actually doing it, But no, a person does it because they care about the person. So whenever it is that you hear someone say, "Oh, love ain't enough," I'm gonna have to go ahead and kind of talk about that. That's a person that's basically for sale. Their ethics are for sale, which is not good. So the situation for you is that you have some people who want you to kind of ease up on your ethics, whatever your code is, right? Your own personal code. And the Empress and the Hangman represents a lot of you are not going for that. Good on you. Because I'm going to tell you a trade secret. They'll do what it is that you want them to do anyway if you told them no. That's too much game. I'm a get all the way off that. I'm not even going to touch that one again until much later down the line. But you basically standing your ground, letting them know, like, no, you're not with all of that. It sets the standard for whom you actually are in the first place. And so what's going on here with that is that a lot of you are in position where a lot of you don't want to be around anybody that just wants to hang around you for the sheer sake of finances. They think that they're going to get something out of it. They think that you're going to buy them a car or whatever, or a home or whatever. Y'all not going for that. If a person isn't hanging around you for the correct purposes, because they legitimately want to get to know you and get to know themselves spiritually and get to know you because relationships are about getting to know someone else as much as it is getting to know yourself. When you are in love, love teaches you certain things about yourself that you never even knew that was there when you're not in love. So it's just a much is just as much about getting to know yourself as it is the other person. It's equal, right? This is why it is that I was saying that people who are not in love, if you pay attention to it, they're not very bright. And the reason why is because the love in on itself is how you gain a whole lot of wisdom and experience, right? It is a way to speed up the process of your soul and the wisdom very quickly, because it's like the hyperbolic time chamber in Dragon Ball Z, right? With Goku and Vegeta, Trunks and Gohan, right? The Saiyans and all of that. It's a way to condense time in a very short amount of space. So time is nothing but a collection of energy, right? And that's what the hyperbolic time chamber is. That's what love is. So a lot of you understand, like, why would you want to just do all this stuff for a person or people in general? Just because people are coming up to you more, approaching you more, you can hear it how it is that they're not looking for love, they're looking for help. And so the thing is that the World card and the Ten of Pentacles is all about how y'all are you have the opposite side here, right? In empowering that. So you're being the ultimate business person right now, right? Things are going quite well for you. The Ten of Pentacles, you have a plethora of individuals who are chasing after you, even though you don't really plan on being with them or hanging out with them or even keeping them around long term. I see a lot of you are, if you decide to get into that, if you decide to jump in the pool, you may jump in the pool and, experience what you have to experience. But I also see that the ones of you who have chosen to jump in the pool, you're not actually really planning on doing anything too extravagant. For the ones of you who have decided to not jump in the pool, just the idea of many people being into you is enough, because you already know what type of time they're on. You don't even want to waste your time even trying to entertain any of them or a lot of them or a good amount of them for nothing, right? Because what would you really get from hanging out with them? You would basically end up having to have a whole disagreement with them because they're going to want something. They're looking for a bag. And so the Hierophant right here represents your instincts and your intuition tell you, right? You being able to read the room, the proverbial room, right? Is you basically don't trust them. You don't trust a whole lot of people in general, but you don't trust these people right now. The reason why you don't trust anyone right now is due to the fact that y'all are in a place where, again, you understand why it is that they're talking to you in the first place. They're not talking to you for anything sincere. They're talking to you because, like I said, I'm seeing some of you even retired early. Some of you are in your early 30s and you probably retired based upon the game plan that you had, that you actually applied, and it worked big for you. It worked well. And so now you have the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Cups, like I was talking about. So this is a situation for you also where they don't like the fact that they can't get anything out of you. But don't be surprised if they try to convince you that they want to be in a relationship with you. If they start laying it on a little bit too thick, oh, they care about you so much and all this stuff, and none of it is sincere or any of that stuff. And so, yeah. So let's clarify the Hierophant. You have the Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Moon, and you also have the Three of Cups to clarify the Hierophant for you. So the Hierophant is your instincts or your intuition, what you can't shake at all, right? Is the truth, and you know a lot of these the upswing of how many people are interested. You kind of have to doubt or question, because now it's like, for you, y'all are not stupid, right? I've never said that y'all are a stupid zodiac sign, or like a lot of y'all. I say that sometimes y'all can get emotional, and y'all think that y'all don't, but you do. But the point I'm trying to make here is that uh a lot of you are irritable, not all the time, but a lot of you can be irritable. It's kind of cute, but the point that I'm trying to make here with that is that the Queen of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, excuse me, the Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. And for you, you just look at it like it's stupid, because even if they were to get the money, what would they do with the money? Even if they were to get some money from you, right? They would basically blow it off, and they would come right back, crawling to you, asking you to save them, right? Asking you to cover them. The Moon card and the Three of Cups. And for you, what I'm seeing here also is, for some of you, it might be a surprise. It might shock you, because you're surprised at how attractive or beautiful or handsome or whatever some of these people are, and to see how they're like asking you for like help, and you know what I'm saying, and stuff like this, and how far they're willing to go by saying that they care about you, or some of them may even let you know that they love you and all of that stuff. But you gotta, or may not necessarily flat out say it, but try to get you to get the idea that they will say that. And so for you, a lot of you, again, you're on your P's and your Q's, and you're on your letters, meaning that you're paying attention, right? And you're asking questions. P's and Q's, paying attention, asking questions, right? So paying attention, questions. And the Three of Cups represents y'all are actually getting your answers, from just peeping game. All they do is talk about money. They're hanging out with you for money. They're talking to you about what you can do, what they want, this, that, the third. None of that stuff is going to work, because you asking them specific questions, or you're asking them questions to see what it is that they want. Come to find out, they want money. So they look really goofy, essentially trying to run that type of game, because what are they doing, right? Let's clarify the Empress. The Five of Cups. Page of Cups. The High Priestess. The Four of Pentacles. And you have the Ten of Wands. So to clarify the Empress, so that's the Queen. So in the major arcana. So the Empress is you, right? And it's your ability to where you run things, because they're asking for you. They want your money. They want to be around you. They want to have you splurge on them and treat them and give to them, right? And so the thing is that the Five of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the High Priestess represents, I wouldn't suggest y'all do it at all. Again, I'm not the moral police. If you're going to do your thing, do your thing. But at the same time, I wouldn't suggest you do it. And the reason why I don't suggest that you do it is because of the fact that it gets dark. It can get into a wild scenario really quickly. And you want to make sure that the best way to make sure that you're safe and that things make sense is to keep it as clean as possible. When things start getting all over the place and disorganized, that's when you know that you're in too deep and you're caught up. And what I mean by that is when you gotta refer to the this one, that one, cousin, cousins, auntie, uncle, such and such, such and such, such and such. That's how you know, okay, you in this thing a little bit too deep. Friends, cousin, sister, auntie, uncle, da, 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 such and such and such. And so the thing is that the Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands here for you, again, it speaks to this. It speaks to the subject of how you just remain patient and don't give up any bread. Don't do anything. If they can't get to know you for real, then it is what it is, right? And then you have the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands represents, and to also walk away too. Don't take them seriously after they have shown you that they're looking for help and they're not actually looking for love. Because love how people access the bread. Love is the reason why you'll pay the bills. It's not trying to make things to where it's a counting game. That's not what it is. But that's it for now. But they think that y'all are on point. Y'all just need to hold on to what you got. But that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We're at 27,430 something subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Peace.